When we examine the impact of artificial intelligence on drug discovery, we are looking at one of the most transformative applications of AI in modern science. Drug discovery has historically been an extremely time-consuming, expensive, and high-risk process. Traditional approaches involve a combination of laboratory experiments, literature research, trial and error, and complex clinical testing, often taking over a decade and costing billions of dollars to bring a single therapeutic agent from concept to market. AI is changing that paradigm by introducing tools that can analyze massive datasets, simulate complex biological processes, and even generate novel molecular structures, fundamentally accelerating every stage of drug development. The first critical area where AI contributes is target identification and validation. In drug discovery, a target is a specific biological entity, often a protein or pathway, that plays a key role in a disease process. Historically, identifying viable targets has been a slow and uncertain process, relying on incremental experimental discoveries and human intuition. AI can process enormous datasets from genomics, proteomics, metabolomics, and clinical records to identify patterns that point toward potential targets. For example, deep learning models can analyze gene expression data across thousands of patients and correlate specific genes or protein pathways with disease progression or treatment outcomes. This allows researchers to prioritize targets that are most likely to have therapeutic relevance. Machine learning models further validate these targets by assessing their druggability, potential side effects, and interactions within complex biological networks. By eliminating non-viable targets early, AI reduces wasted resources and accelerates the initial stage of drug development, which traditionally consumes a significant portion of both time and funding. Once potential targets are identified, AI plays a crucial role in molecule generation and optimization. Generative AI models, including variational autoencoders and generative adversarial networks, are capable of designing entirely new molecular structures with specific desired properties, such as binding affinity, stability, solubility, and minimal toxicity. These models operate in a way that simulates creativity within a chemical space, producing candidates that a human chemist might not have considered. Beyond generating molecules, reinforcement learning algorithms iteratively refine them, predicting how changes to molecular structure affect binding efficacy and safety. AI can even simulate interactions at the molecular level, predicting how these compounds will dock with their intended biological target. This predictive ability is transformative, as it allows researchers to focus on the most promising compounds before any lab synthesis is attempted, significantly reducing trial and error cycles. Preclinical testing is another stage where AI dramatically improves efficiency. Traditionally, preclinical testing involves in vitro experiments and animal studies to assess pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, as well as toxicity and side effects. AI can simulate these processes by modeling absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion, collectively referred to as ADM. These simulations provide predictive insights into how a drug candidate behaves in a biological system, reducing reliance on animal testing and allowing for faster go/no-go decisions. Moreover, AI models can detect subtle patterns that may indicate potential toxicity or off-target effects, further improving safety before clinical trials even begin. Clinical trial design and optimization is an area where AI's impact is equally significant. Clinical trials are often the most expensive and time-consuming phase of drug development, requiring careful selection of patient cohorts, dosing strategies, and monitoring protocols. AI can analyze historical clinical data, genetic profiles, and disease progression patterns to identify patients most likely to respond to a therapy, enabling more precise cohort selection. This not only increases the likelihood of trial success but also improves safety and reduces patient exposure to ineffective treatments. Predictive analytics can optimize trial design by suggesting optimal dosage ranges, duration of treatment, and monitoring frequency, all of which contribute to shorter, more efficient trials with a higher probability of regulatory approval. AI also enables drug repurposing, which is the process of finding new therapeutic applications for existing drugs. By analyzing molecular structures, biological pathways, and disease phenotypes, AI can identify existing compounds that may be effective against different diseases than originally intended. This approach has been particularly valuable in responding to emerging health crises, where rapid identification of viable treatments can save lives and resources. Drug repurposing dramatically reduces the time and cost required to bring therapies to market because these compounds have already been through extensive safety testing. One of the most striking aspects of AI in drug discovery is the emergence of fully integrated platforms that combine multiple AI methodologies into cohesive systems. Companies such as InSilico Medicine, Benevolent AI, and spin-offs from DeepMind's AlphaFold initiative are leading the way in creating end-to-end AI-driven discovery pipelines. These platforms integrate deep learning, generative chemistry, multimodal biological data, and predictive analytics to accelerate target identification, molecule generation, preclinical modeling, and clinical trial planning. By harnessing the full power of AI, these systems can reduce drug development timelines from the traditional 10 to 15 years down to a few years, sometimes as short as 2 to 5 years. This represents a fundamental shift in the pharmaceutical industry, transforming it from a process-driven field into a data-driven ecosystem where AI acts as a co-researcher, not merely a tool. The integration of AI into drug discovery also fosters collaboration across disciplines. Chemists, biologists, clinicians, and data scientists can work alongside AI systems, leveraging computational insights to guide experimental work. AI can generate hypotheses, suggest promising directions, and even predict potential challenges before they arise. This accelerates learning, reduces redundancy, and maximizes the efficiency of research efforts. Importantly, the use of AI does not replace human expertise but enhances it, creating a synergistic relationship in which human judgment and creativity are amplified by computational power. Ethical and regulatory considerations are also integral to AI-driven drug discovery. The ability to predict outcomes and design molecules at scale raises questions about safety, bias in training data, and transparency in decision-making. Regulatory agencies are increasingly exploring frameworks to ensure that AI-generated compounds meet rigorous standards for safety, efficacy, and reproducibility. Ensuring that AI systems provide interpretable results, and that their predictions can be validated through experimental data is critical for adoption and trust. Looking forward, the continued integration of AI in drug discovery promises to reshape the entire pharmaceutical landscape. From accelerating early-stage discovery to optimizing clinical trial design and enabling rapid drug repurposing, AI provides tools that make the process faster, safer, and more cost-effective. We can envision a future where AI is not simply assisting researchers but actively guiding the discovery process, continuously learning from new data, and improving the efficiency and success rate of drug development. In this new paradigm, the combination of machine learning, generative models, predictive simulations, and intelligent trial optimization has the potential to deliver better therapies to patients faster, ultimately improving global health outcomes and redefining what is possible in biomedical research.
If you find this video exciting, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next AI for Beginners educational video.